Happy VA Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about how fast can you close a VA loan. We are in the middle of PCS season as I film this, and this is a question that I start to see a lot of as we near the end of PCS season. So if you're new to the channel, my team's licensed in 50 states. We're one of the top purchase lenders in America, and I have been ranked the #1 loan officer for VA purchases in America 2 years in a row. I'm telling you this so that you know, okay, that girl knows how long it takes to close a VA loan. It's what me and my team do every single time, every single day, multiple times a day. Okay, so let's talk about myths. Let's start there. No, VA loans do not take longer than conventional loans to close from a loan standpoint. Looking at documentation, everything else, everything's digital now, guys. It's not like 1980 where you had a huge stack of papers. Are there more papers with VA? Yes. Is everything electronic now so it really doesn't make a difference? Yes. What affects the speed of your loan is #1, are you working with an expert? And #2, are you working with a call center? Yeah. Okay. So first of all, you guys need to make sure you're working with someone that actually knows how to do VA loans. A lot of times I'll get a call from a real estate agent. They'll be like, Jen, I've got a VA loan. We're on day 65. And I'm like, what? What the hell is going on? And look, it's always because the lender has no idea what they're doing. It's usually because the lender didn't know VA guidelines. They didn't qualify the buyer properly. You know, maybe they never got the COE. Amber was telling me a story about that one the other day where we basically got a call because a real estate agent was like, I don't know what to do. We're supposed to close tomorrow. And the lender just told me the buyer isn't even eligible. And we're like, yeah, people do that. We get your certificate of eligibility up front. We're not gonna wait till day 65 to go, oh shoot, you weren't in the reserves long enough, or oh shoot, you're not qualified for this reason. We get your certificate of eligibility up front. So you really want to make sure you're working with an expert, so they know the things to do, especially with student loans coming back online. You know, we run cavers up front. I've done videos about that. There's a lot of lenders that work till the end, wait till the end. But if you wait till the end to run that, that's what shows if you owe any federal debt. It can blow up the loan. And student loans are something that pop up on that as in default. And with what's going on right now with student loans, like, yeah, I'm looking at that day 1 to make sure I'm not going to have a problem. That's unique to VA, that we are pulling cavers. You don't do that with a conventional loan. You only do it with government loans. The other thing is, are you buying in a community property state? You know, here's the thing. If a lender is not used to doing VA, they're not going to understand that community property guidelines, if you're married, come into play, even if your spouse isn't on the loan. They're not going to know how to read BAH. I've seen veterans get declined because the lender wasn't using BAH, right? And this was like, look, can we use BAH when you're out of the military and you're getting the GI Bill? No. But can we use BAH when you're active? Yes. So you really want to make sure you're working with someone who's experienced, because the other component to this is ordering the appraisal. The key thing with a VA loan is when you order the appraisal. That is where even the most talented lender, we live and die by that timeline. So with most of my pre-approvals, I fully underwrite pre-approvals. We don't charge extra to do that. I highly recommend it. It is the best pre-approval you can get. You can write the strongest offers. Like, it makes you bulletproof from a loan perspective. But the appraisal, that is the one thing that I can't make move faster. So you can look it up online. VA has timelines. You can look up VA appraisal timelines for your area. It will tell you how long they have to get it back. I generally like to order the appraisal within the first 2 days of the transaction. The reason is I want the appraisal back. And most times, most parts of the country, it's 7 to 10 business days. That's important. That's what everybody misses. So if you're working with a lender that doesn't realize that, they think it's like a normal appraisal, they'll just see 7 days. They'll be like, oh, it'll be back in 7 days. No, there's a weekend in there. It's going to be back in 9, right? Like, that's what you need to think about, is you want to make sure that you're working with someone that knows this stuff so you don't end up having to delay your close. If you know you're going to buy the house no matter what, I would be saying let's order that appraisal day one. If it's like a clean house, it's in good condition, yes, you're going to get inspections, but you don't have any big concerns, order the appraisal day one. It gives you more flex in case the value comes in low or anything else. If you think the house may have issues, if you're like, I don't know, like maybe it has problems, get your inspections within the first few days so that we can order that appraisal. You cannot rush a VA appraisal. And I've had real estate agents say to me, yes, you can. My local lender rushes appraisals. I actually had a veteran real estate agent say this to me that does a lot of business. I was like, yeah, that's not a thing. It's not. You cannot rush VA appraisals. All lenders order it the same. Whether you're local, a call center, a Jennifer, whatever you are, we order it the same. We order it through the VA portal. VA assigns the appraiser. They set the fee and they set the timeline. There's no option to rush, okay? Now look, if they're like, well, my lenders are still doing it. Okay, are they bribing the appraiser outside of the system? Because if they are, that's not ethical. What else are they bribing them to do, right? You know, and look, sometimes do we see appraisers turn in reports sooner? Yes, but would I bet your money on it? No, and that's why we're gonna do it quickly. We're going to order it as soon as possible. We're not going to delay. And look, I've had some clients where they will not let us order the appraisal, and I make it crystal clear to you and the real estate agent, you are going to delay your close if you do not let me order this now, because we cannot make it move faster. Okay? So really important. The appraisal is a key part there. The other thing is making sure that you're working with someone that can say, hey, this house is on a well. We need a well inspection. Right? That's a VA thing. In most states, you're going to need a clear termite report as well, or a clear pest report. So you don't want to end up in a position where you're getting close to closing and then someone goes, oh, we need a pest, right? Now, in fairness, if you're working with a real estate agent that knows VA, they're going to be making sure you're getting those as soon as possible. And I would recommend getting inspections quickly always, because if I look at what blows up a deal, you know, I'm already fully underwriting to everyone. I'm not worried about your finances. It's homeowners insurance, get a quote as soon as possible, and it's the inspections, right? So you want to get that done as early as possible, those two puzzle pieces, because those are what can make it so you don't want to buy the house, okay? And that's the thing. Buying a house should be a benefit for your financial future. It should not be a burden, not a burden. And by doing this stuff in the right order, it will be a benefit, okay? Now, we've talked about working with someone that's not an expert. Don't do that. Now, on the other hand, I talked about call centers earlier. And the reason I talked about call centers is because they dominate the VA space. You've got Navy Fed, Veterans United, USAA. They're all call centers, okay? And here's the thing. Call centers, look, I'm not going to name individually what each of them does, but I'm going to tell you a few things. One of them is priced so far out of the water that whenever any of us compare with them, we just laugh. It's like, oh, you're going to them? Really? They do really great insurance, but I don't know that I would do a loan with them. You know, can they close a loan? Yes. Are they going to move fast? No. That's the consistent theme, is there's not this aggressive push to move fast when you're working with a call center versus, you know, my team especially, because I've made it my career goal to disrupt the VA space. That's what I want to do. I want to make it faster. I want to make it leaner. I want to make you guys more competitive. I do not want you losing to conventional offers. I want to make sure that you're getting a good deal. I want to knock out the jerks who are in the VA space ripping off veterans every single day. I want to underwrite to VA guidelines, and I don't want any fake guidelines. Over here, we've got some fake guidelines. I don't want to do that. Okay? Over here, it's a set world where for a long time, if you look at their websites, it says that a VA loan takes up to 45 days to close. No, VA loans should always be closing in under 30 days. There's no reason, the only reason, I won't say no, the only reason you see a VA loan take longer than 30 days would be if I was doing a condo and I had to get condo approval from scratch and the HOA was being difficult. We had to chase them. You know, if you're not giving us your documents, if you're playing hard to get, if you won't let me order the appraisal, yeah, it's going to push over 30. But if we're doing everything right, should it push over 30? No. But in this realm, they've had such a dominance for such a long time that most veterans just go, oh yeah, 40 days is normal. No, it's not. It's not. You know, so you've got one of them where they're just going to be priced out of the water. You've got another one where they can be really aggressive on pricing, but they also often are advertising rates with 1 discount point and 1 point origination. $400,000 loan, 1 point is $4K, and an origination point is $4K. That's $8,000. Whoa. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like, who's just paying $8,000 to do a loan? I'm not. You know, we waive our lender fee on all VA loans. And then you've got another one where they're priced high as well, but best of luck ever getting that information from them. Seriously, yeah, this will be a fun game for you guys. If you're talking to all three, just see who you cannot get a loan summary out of. See who dodges the question more than anyone else. Like, literally, there is one where it's like a running joke. It's like, did you get any numbers from them? No, they just said blah, blah, blah. Okay, like, when did they say they'd give you numbers? When I'm in contract. Oh, so they won't tell you what they charge or anything until you're in contract? No. Why do you think that is, guys? Right? If I'm happy to tell you my rates all day long. Call us 786-933-2077. Call us, text us your scenario. We'll tell you our rate. We waive our lender fee. I don't charge a point origination. If you want to buy a discount point, we can talk about it. I can show you the numbers. I can show you my rate sheet. I'm happy to, because I know I'm competitive, right? The only time lenders try to hide information is if they know they're not competitive. So over here, you've got some stuff going on, you know, maybe not this impetus to close fast, but the key is this: how long does it take to close a VA loan? Under 30 days. Markets like San Diego, Houston, Dallas, can we close in under 20? Yeah, all day long, guys. Let me order that appraisal day one, and in most parts of the country, I can close in 15, 16 days. Look at our reviews. Our reviews say that, right? Now look, if you're buying in rural Wyoming, I can't do that because I know that appraisal is going to take at least 18 business days. But most of the country, what you need to know is that closing a VA loan does not take longer than anything else. It's just about how the lender structures it, if they know what they're doing, and if you're working with a lender that's really going to put in the effort to close you quickly and on time. So I hope this video was helpful. I know it went a couple different directions, but guys, I compete with all these people all day long, and it's like, I watch veterans get declined by lenders who say they're VA experts but don't know anything. You know, they tell them, oh, you don't have any eligibility left. Yeah, you do. They just don't know how to do the calculation. You know, oh, your debt to income's too high. You're not using BAH and they're active. What are you doing, right? And then I see stuff where it's like, no, I went to them because I thought they were VA. Okay, what are they charging you? And by the way, they're not VA. VA does not approve or push any lender, right? And then you've got the slime balls who, if someone pulls your credit, they're texting you that VA assigned them to you. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Just so you guys know, VA does not directly give out loans. VA does not recommend any lender. Any lender who's saying that VA assigned them to you or VA notified me I should reach, bullshit, bullshit. So, oh no, it turned into a rant. Well, look, if you enjoy rants, watch my other VA videos, or if you want to learn about VA rant-free, I know, I'm shocked too. Check out my course. It's totally free. NoStressVA.com. It's rant-free, but it gives you all the news you need. I don't know. Weigh in. Do you like rants? Do you not like rants? Thanks for watching.